Hey, how's it going? It's Benny. It's your boy. I'm gonna be giving you a few lessons about flow. Flow is the overall feeling of going from one place to another, one state of mind to another, or
What?
just
What's that?
plainly
To canvas?
acting without
No.
thinking
Not my coffee.
or
Get the hell out
without
of here.
thought, kind of like a cat would. Cats are always flowing. Animals are also always flowing. I think that humans are born flowing and then we kind of lose the ability to do it over time. But not me. I'm just kidding. I like the mountains that I was doing here a lot, especially with the little flicks of trees that I did that don't really look like trees. And then we get this guy in the center up here, right underneath the sun. Look right under the sun. Wow. I was thrilled about that mountain, I remember. But anyway, flow is just it's kind of this rhythm you get. I mean, the drawing that you're all seeing here is pretty within a flow. I mean, I don't notice my back hurting. I don't really think about anything. I think about lots of things in my life, but not really deeply. They just come across my brain. And I just kind of relive them, but not in a sense of identification. Like, I just more focus on the techniques that I'm doing. It's spring now, and I'm stoked about that. There's more sun. More sun's always good. But yeah, no. Today, I kind of was just in a weird headspace. Kind of like not really dissociated, but definitely not like my full self. My girlfriend said it was because I've been social for the last 2 weeks because I've had people staying in my house, and I don't really know if that definitely feels like part of it, but the whole time I was chilling. I didn't feel like I had to like turn on my social battery for these people. One was my cousin and the other's a good friend. But I guess that I think it's just because spring is almost here and I'm just hibernating for a little bit longer. That's honestly probably it. Because I had a lot of stuff I wanted to say, but I don't really feel like saying it. It was like a day that felt slow, but I wasn't sad that it was going slow. I was just very focused on drawing and having a good time learning to use this new tripod that I got. And I kept on doing things I really liked, covering them up, doing more things I really liked and covering them up. And I was thinking a lot about one of the people who taught me most about illustration, which is Stuart Davies. if anyone thinks I'm good at landscapes, you should go check out Stuart Davies, British dude on YouTube, mostly oil. But he kind of teaches in a way that you could apply his techniques to lots of media, just anything that's a landscape. He's really, really good at making your mind think that there's an image there, like a mountain, a hill, a bush, but it's just kind of a blob or a line that's very strategically placed. He's also really, really good at clouds, and that's one of my weaknesses as an illustrator. But yeah, anyway, I was thinking about Stuart Davies, and one of his main tactics that really stuck with me and helped me improve a lot was this thing he said all the time. He said, don't get attached to what you're doing. Don't get attached to what you're painting. Because the moment you get attached to it is the moment that you stop kind of seeing the depth in the possibility. And you kind of like, especially early on, if you put something mentally there in the painting, then everything around it has to kind of conform to where exactly that is in relation. So it makes sense to me, because a lot of times I'll make a line that I really, really like, and I'll be like, okay, that has to stay there. I can't accidentally go over it. And then hours later, when the drawing is like way more deep, way more detailed, I'll end up going over the original line that I had that thought about, but not in an intentional way. I just kind of forgot that it was there, but right when I go over it, I'll notice and I'll be like, shit. And I kind of think that's what he means, is just know that if worse comes to worse, you can just wipe it all down and start again, start a new canvas. It's always important to know that even if you don't like what you end up with, a lot of these drawings that you're seeing, I wasn't a huge fan of most of them. This one here, I liked, I don't know, the process of doing it, but when you see the whole composition, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. It's kind of messy. You know, it looks pretty cool, but my eye can't tell where the tops of the mountains are, or if that's smoke or clouds or a storm of some kind. It just kind of looks like blotches, and I really, really enjoy making it because I learn so much, especially in those ones you see where I just completely cover the canvas in like shapes and blotches. Like every time I do a blotch, I learn a little bit about perspective, and I get to apply that to the next drawing I make. So, you know, if you go a whole day with drawing and you think to yourself, I haven't even made one thing I like today, you just gotta make another drawing. That's what I did just now. This one's on the back of my girlfriend's canvas. And we made it together. I haven't taken a video of it, but it's pretty cool. Anyway, I was just not jiving with most of what I drew, and by now it's like around midnight, and I'm still struggling to make something I like. I was into this one until about this point, where I really feel like I overdefined the middle mountain. and kind of spent the rest of the time trying to correct how everything looked around it. Most of my pens and stuff are also like on the verge of dying, and I have to press really hard to get anything out of them, so it's kind of making me a little clumsy, but also good to learn kind of the lifespan of like a marker, the ways that it feels different as you draw, as it gets worn down and stuff, like the different things you can use it for. It's really good to keep your stuff. Don't like throw out a marker just because it's like kind of worn down, kind of frayed. I slowed down the video to really kind of highlight something I wanted to mention earlier. Really good for water. And gonna use my iMovie skills to bring it into this mountain right here, especially to that slope on the right. There's that perfect gradient I've got going that I'm just now covering up right there. That's exactly what I wanted to talk about today. Not exactly that stroke, but as an example of don't get attached. I think that part of the beauty of painting is our attachment to that exact mark. Whatever mark you like, it's good to think about your attachment to a moment, to a feeling, to sense of validation, maybe a sense of fulfillment, a sense of progress. But it's not like you can't just not go over any of the lines that you like. You've gotta eventually develop the ability to kind of keep what you like, but also not be afraid to go over or near. Let's say you do like a tree you really like. Does that mean you're not gonna go near that tree, like to tuck it in with some like pathway or some moss or like a bush or like, you know what I mean? Like you can't just not paint around it. Like it's really obvious when someone makes like a thing they like and then like nothing else goes near it, and like it's kind of like when someone writes happy birthday on a card and writes the first few letters too big, they have to like adjust the other letters to keep fitting on the card. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't want a drawing where your things aren't touching each other. Your trees aren't touching your water. Your, rocks aren't touching your like mountains, because like everything touches everything. If you think about like reflection and light and just motion and focus, like you start realizing that like there's not really a boundary between everything and everything else. There's just like your perception. There isn't just space between us. There's astigmatism and blurs and kind of a whole abundance of just visual phenomenon happen. Like close your eyes, like you can basically see a whole galaxy in there, and it's beautiful. It's part of the beauty of drawing. Like if you want to keep one line, keep it, but just don't be afraid of it. Don't let it make you afraid. That's the that's the that's the lesson. Don't be afraid and don't be attached. Don't have feelings. Just don't have emotions related to success or failure. Don't decide that like you like one painting or you don't like another. I mean, there's how you feel. Like obviously you're gonna like a stroke because it's more symmetrical than another one, or it's more smooth, but you never know what you could add to one painting to like really make it click. It could be the right figure, the right symbol, the right kind of reflection angle, like just a technique you've never gone before. So even if you think the painting overall is not great, it's still no reason to lose focus. I think if you're losing focus, it should only be because you're like sleepy, or like you might as well just not be drawing. Like if you're focusing on something else, it's it's good though, drawing. It's like I can carry on a conversation while I'm drawing. But it's a different drawing, you know? I think that's what I'm after, is to realize that there is an attachment to reality that at some level is decided by us. We decide which level of reality we really want to engage with. Some people want a more physical reality that is more like rooted in their actual world, their actual physical world, their body, whereas others might be like more inclined to, you know, surround themselves and get meaning out of digital stuff, or I don't know, a mix of both. But like my main point is that you decide basically every day what level you're engaging with it. So just try to appreciate the bigger picture while you can. Like, we're not here forever. So, I mean, just appreciate that. Just look around and just love the world and understand the world. If you want to draw a big ass squid with weird ass eyes, just fully geeking out, like, all the power to you. Flow is flow. It doesn't matter what you do. It's like, don't let anyone tell you that one thing is flow and one thing isn't. Like, you can see the flow in the room. Like, do you see it in this video? I do. And I love it.